Hey there, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba.
And I'm a turd in the wind.
We are going to watch a couple of things from Venom. Here we go, guys. Before we go into that, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been joining our Patreon page. Patreon. Get your Patreon.
.com.
Yo, we got TV show reactions. What? Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia. We also have Gotham. We have Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Riverdale, and Supernatural. And we got Q&As. Man, we just post so much over there. Would love it if you became a patron eject today. Let's get into this, starting with the exclusive clip that's making the waves today. It's 38 seconds long.
Oh boy.
Eddie Brock ambushes Carlton Drake.
I've been waiting for this.
I mean, if you're going to release a clip of Venom, yeah.
I've always believed that space exploration is crucial in our quest to cure everything that ails us here on Earth.
So I have to ask, how does that work? You know, exactly the Life Foundation thing. How does it I don't know, how does it go about, say, testing pharmaceuticals?
Eddie, you're talking about the rocket here?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the allegations. It says that you recruit the most vulnerable of us to volunteer for tests that more often than not end up killing people.
Eddie.
They never got to talk out. Thank you very much. We're not finished.
Yes, you are, Mr. Brock.
Is that a threat?
Have a nice life.
Scene felt heavily cut down.
I don't think so.
No?
I think it's going to play out exactly like that, and I hope it lasts only that long, too, so we can just get to some Venom action right away.
I hope all scenes in the movie feel just like that one.
You know what I got from this? I think Tom Hardy's going to do a really good Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
There was something about the way he was talking, it'd just be like, I don't know, it seemed like just so natural in this conversation. Like, there we go. That's cool.
That's my one reliable piece of hope for this movie. Is like, no matter how the rest turns out, I feel like Tom Hardy can just provide a well-lived-in character regardless. Like, he's so good at feeling natural and doing the mannerisms.
Well, I mean, I got some further opinions to make about Venom after this.
We cannot just eat people.
The way I see it, we can do whatever we want.
Is there something you want to tell me?
No.
Worse in front of all of them.
Look into my eyes. Cooperate. And you just might survive.
Does he eat the guy?
How are you doing, Eddie? You look terrible.
Oh, I have a parasite.
Venom with a PG-13.
So he almost ate a guy, but then they cut.
They cut away.
They cut.
Yeah.
Before
Because you need that PG-13 rating, and the director's already talking about having an R-rated cut come out.
Oh, damn it.
Which is a good sign to have.
Let's get that petition going. Let's start that petition.
Look, guys.
Snyder cut.
While I have, hope for this movie, and while I think that Tom Hardy will do a good job in the film, I just get the impression overall, like, even though there's been some trailers that got me really excited, the more I hear about this movie and the more I rewatch the trailers and everything, I'm like, this probably isn't going to be a good movie.
I feel
it's
like
probably going to be like cheesy in the wrong ways.
I feel like at best this movie's going to come out as one of those films. It's really weird and not without its merits, but also not a successful rendering of the subject matter they're trying to put up on screen.
I'm getting the impression it's going to be weird in all the ways that it shouldn't be weird.
Yeah, and the
like it should be, if anything, weirder. But it's not going to go full weird. And
I don't
so it's just going to be weird in the way it's composed and put together. I have a feeling we're in for an uneven movie with a battle of conflicts of what they wanted to do with the film.
Yeah, and I feel like that PG-13 is going to feel a bit intrusive. And the thing that also worries me is, like, even in looking up the different teasers and ads for this video we're shooting now, most all of them borrow from all the same footage, just remixed in a different order. And so that makes me worried for this, because even when they're like, oh, we're going to see some new stuff in this trailer, it's one shot, maybe.
Yeah.
Or two shots.
I feel like at best it's going to be cheesy entertainment.
Yeah, that's kind of all I expect.
Which I could be down before.
I could go for a B movie in a way.
The main reason they wanted to make it PG-13 was for the hopes that Venom could cross over into the MCU. Just with the vibes I'm getting from this, I don't think it's going to be that good of a movie to warrant that crossover.
I honestly don't think it would hurt their chances of a crossover if they made this rated R, because for me the caveat would just be you come onto MCU territory, then you're going to be in a PG-13 environment, and if it's in a protagonisty kind of way, I mean, they can easily address that by being like, okay, don't eat anyone's head.
Yeah.
You know, and if it's in an antagonisty kind of way, I'm sure they can find a way to make him fit in with Marvel. Yeah. I don't really see PG-13 as giving them all that big of a chance for a crossover, because if the movie doesn't work because of that, it's all moot anyway. It was nice to hear Michelle Williams talk for a second, though.
Is there something you want to tell me?
Nope.
Yeah, she's gonna be whatever character.
Yeah, if a character at all.
People always release these movie clips of these films that are 9 times out of 10 edited for the internet. They might cut out some piece of information, or they're just trying to rush it. It's so apparent that this Venom exclusive clip is not the way it's going to play out. It's so choppy to the point of there's just no way I believe that. I mean, but the worst sad part is if that is the actual clip, then oh man, I'm worried as hell. But I don't believe at all that that's the actual clip of the movie.
No,
it's they sliced up a clip. Why don't you show the whole clip? Who cares?
Yeah, because the thing is, what they did show us doesn't add anything new to what we already saw from that scene in the trailer. It adds a couple more lines of dialogue. You know,
it's essentially the same thing. Yeah.
But yeah, you still know that he's poking where Carlton Drake doesn't want him to poke, and this interview is going well, and this is going to create a conflict between the two of them. No new information is given to us.
If anything, the marketing strategy on this clip is a terrible idea.
See, the problem is that you know, there are so many different ways to think, and I am starting to get an Amazing Spider-Man 2 vibe where it's like they're showering us in these different TV spots and clips and stuff like that, and I gotta wonder if they're just really trying to blitz that opening weekend because they're worried about this.
Amazing Spider-Man vibe since day one from the footage that was released from the teaser that had no Venom.
Yeah. Well, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's always felt that way.
Wiped that one from my mind.
This feels so Sony. Yeah.
It does. It does. It feels very, very Sony. Yeah. Fingers crossed, I guess, though.
Yeah, man. Like, the trailers have gotten me excited before, but there's just something about when I rewatch them on my own. And especially the last time I saw the trailer in the theaters, I was like, you know, this is probably going to be bad. Just like hit me right there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I've been like positive and optimistic that this could do something, but lately, like way after we filmed the last reactions, I've been like, I just don't know about this movie now.
There's something that's not clicking for me, and in the landscape of superhero stuff right now, I feel like this might end up as just some sort of weird sideshow attraction.
Oh, easily.
You know, like I can imagine this being a very distinct movie. The one thing I don't expect it to be, I guess, is generic, but distinct doesn't always mean good.
Anyway, with that being said, I want to wrap this video up with giving a Patron of the Day shout out to a man named Joshua Lucero. Joshua is a man who I haven't really talked to lately, but he's been a loyal patron to us, and he lives all the way in Hawaii. He's a really kind guy to the Hawaiian community. He teaches soccer to kids and everything. But a while ago when we last talked, all the way back in July actually, he was telling me how he's a man who's been married for 8 years to a hot-ass woman. I'm assuming she's a woman.
I assume. They could have adopted. Who knows?
Nah, it's not Joshua's style.
Not Josh.
His son, though, his name is Jarek. That's Jarek with a Y. And he's only 10 years old. Jarek is actually a big fan of the channel. Had no idea. And I gotta tell you, man, the kind of jokes that we sometimes make here and the kind of language, I want you to know, Jarek, that
I am so sorry.
You can be sorry.
No, don't just be sorry.
I think it's okay to totally take it into the schools. Start using vulgarity everywhere you go. I think your dad and mom would agree with me on this, that if you make perverted commentary, commit. As far as you can go, just do it. Making people uncomfortable, especially at your age, is what leads to getting laid before you're 13.
All facts.
Joshua, I think we've earned you increasing your pledge, buddy.
Yes. Yeah, for sage wisdom. That's why you come to Patreon, really, is for the sage wisdom like this.
You want me to be a motivational speaker for your kid? I'm your guy.
Yeah, you want us to help you raise this child. I mean, you gotta show us that you're invested.
As a matter of fact, if you want me to go to your soccer team and talk to those kids, I got years of advice I could give them.
Oh, yeah, totally. We're gonna totally turn them around.
I mean, none of the advice worked for me, but it'll work for these kids.
Could work for these kids.
Subscribe, Patreon exists. Click notification bells. Bye.